on this Wednesday night. My name is Frank Filippone, and I am here to tell you a little bit about this project we're working on here with Q Sciences. So a little bit of background on myself is I'm born and raised in San Diego. It's where I met my wife. It's where I had my 3 kids. That's where I started my road construction career, straight out of high school for the most part. And you did that for almost 18 years. And it took me about 17 and a half to get about fed up with the fact that I was leaving before my kids got up in the morning, and I was coming home in time to pretty much put them to bed at night. And I wasn't around to watch them grow up. So that's when I started looking. I started looking for something else to supplement what I was doing to hopefully give me some free time. So I know everybody's busy on this call tonight, so I'll try to keep this as brief as possible. But what ended up happening for myself and my wife is we sat down in a presentation much like you're seeing right now. And afterwards, the guy who sat me down said, "Hey, listen, Frank, what doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me that you have a job. What bothers me is that's all you have is a job." And he was absolutely right. That's all I had. I was just trading my time away from my family for somebody else's dollars. And I was making good money. It wasn't about that. It's just my quality of life wasn't what I wanted. I had nobody trying to teach me to put money away for retirement. Bottom line is I just wasn't going anywhere, and I needed a change. And that's when I decided it was time to get into this industry. And since then, we've been doing it for about 8.5 years. And the guys you are going to be hearing from tonight have not only taught me a lot in my time here in this industry, but they're also helping teach their teams how we do what we do. So I'm going to get out of the way and introduce tonight. Well, first of all, actually, I would like to say thank you to all of you guys out there that are either retired military or active military or disabled military. Any type of first responders we have on tonight, I appreciate you for doing what you do. I personally didn't have the huevos as a young man who was approached by a recruiter for the Marines. And, I've talked to a few of my friends on here about it before. I just didn't have the balls to go for it. And I really just truly appreciate those that did. So with that, I'm going to bring on my good friend and business partner, Mr. Ben Bristow. Can you hear me, buddy?
I can, sir. Can you hear me?
I can. Thanks a lot, Ben. I don't want to do you the disservice of telling your story, not only here in Q, but also with your service, and mess up your ranks and any of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself, my friend. You guys, this is my buddy, Mr. Ben Bristow. Him and his wife are gold ambassadors here with Q Sciences.
I appreciate it, Frank. Thank you guys so much. What some of you guys probably don't know is that guy who was just talking, Mr. Frank Filippone, is actually the #1 income earner in our company. So to be introduced by him is kind of cool. It's pretty exciting for myself. Now, some of you guys are probably seeing me on TV or on the screen right now, and you're like, what the heck happened to this dude's beard, right? Well, if you're seeing me for the first time, this is not how I typically look. But I'm actually getting a couple people married this Friday or Saturday night. So I decided to clean up the act a little bit for them. Okay, now a little bit about myself. I am Ben Bristow. I was a Marine for 14 years. I did 6 combat tours overseas, 3 in Iraq and 3 in Afghanistan. When I joined the military, it's not because I had to, it was because I felt the need to do something better for our country and our world. And at 18 years old, it's really difficult to make that decision, right? Like leave your family, leave everything that you know, your high school, your friends, and do what less than 1% of the nation is calling you to do. And a lot of you guys on this call have either answered that call before, and I say thank you so much. We all understand just what it is like to serve this country and literally give up your life. I sacrificed my 20s, like I said, 14 years in, right? All I knew was the Marines. I was a great Marine. I loved the feel of camaraderie. But when I got out of the Marine Corps, obviously I had a lot of issues, right? I was broken mentally, physically, and spiritually. It was a very difficult time for myself to kind of go through. When someone said, hey, you should probably look into getting help. As a Marine, I was like, I'm good. I don't need your help. I was stubborn and I was like a mule. I'm fine. We're fine. I was always told not to do X, Y, Z. Don't go to medical because you're weak, right? If you go to medical, people look down upon you. If you get stuff in your SRB or whatever you want to call it, people will think less of you. You're not a real Marine if you're always in sick bay. Well, unfortunately, after 14 years, I got out with literally nothing. I didn't get a handshake when I left the Marine Corps. I didn't get an early retirement. I didn't get anything. All I had was an opiate addiction from everything that the military gave me to keep me into the fight, right? Now, 6 tours overseas can be pretty demanding on the body and soul. And so when I got out, I was sick. And I decided to get married. And I decided to open a business, and I decided to go a couple states away. Not exactly the best thing I'd say for your first year in marriage, right? We ended up moving to Boise, Idaho. That's where we currently are now. We opened up a gym. I met my wife, and we decided to take on this life as is. Now, when I said I was broken, I was sleeping for almost 2 hours a night for 14 years. Now, if you can imagine sleeping 2 hours just tonight to see how you feel tomorrow, now times that for a week, times that for 14 years, that's where I was at, right? And someone approached me about this great company. And I'm gonna kind of screen share something with you guys. Actually, Frank, if you could enable the screen sharing opportunity. This company, right? My wife was so excited. We actually jumped in a vehicle to go down to Q Sciences in Salt Lake City. It's about a nice 5.5-hour drive. When we first got into this company, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was that Marine that was stubborn. I did not want to do this. This was not the thing for me. And my whole reason for going down there was to tell the owners, this is great, but I'm going to prove you guys as to why this doesn't work, right? And so when we got down to Salt Lake City, I sat in a conference room for almost 4 to 6 hours, I think it was. And I had all the questions in the world, right? And here I am, folks, 2.5 years later, decked out in Q gear, talking about the company. Obviously, they proved me right or proved me wrong, and here we are. So the company is Q Science as a literally a warrior on the football field. Was pretty awesome. The guy in that far right side over there, Mr. Jake Spencer, when we talk about leaders as a Marine, I look for a positive leader. I look for somebody who can succeed in this life, right? I know what a good leader looks like, and I know what a really bad leader looks like. And I was talking with him, and he literally told me as it was, right? He's like, listen, dude, you just got to try it. If it doesn't work, tell me I'm wrong, and I'll say sorry. I haven't been able to tell him he's wrong yet. Now, that guy in the middle, Dr. Stephen Kimberly, is the main reason why my mental health is where it is at today. I would not be talking to a bunch of strangers online right now, approximately 225. I probably shouldn't have that number, but he is the reason why our formula and our science is the way it is. He has coined a phrase called as science progresses, so should your products, right? And he is a naturopath. He has spent so much time in his field. If you guys don't know what WebMD is, just ask your wives or your husbands. I'm pretty sure they have Googled a few things. I've actually banned my wife from going to WebMD, mainly because she always diagnosed that she's dying. It could be from a paper cut. It's like if you scroll way down from a paper cut, it says you're dying, right? So she's no longer allowed on WebMD, but this guy had a database for everything that people were looking for, and he's formulated our products around what people actually need. Go ahead and hit that next slide, sir. All right, our products is not an extensive list. You're not gonna get a catalog of over 100 products, which is because what we have in the market right now is working, right? Anywhere from our full spectrum hemp lines, right, to our nutrition supplements. We have everything from fitness to weight loss. Our oral sprays are probably top notch. Now, if you are a nurse or you know somebody in the nursing field, I'm pretty sure their ears kind of perked up just a little bit hearing an oral spray, right? Sublingual delivery is actually the second fastest way besides getting something injected, right? And these sprays, they don't have THC, they don't have hemp, they don't have anything that stuff inside them. They're all natural, right? My favorite product is the sleep spray. I actually saw Jennifer Hart down there say the sleep spray in capital letters, and that is so true. I had a hard time sleeping, like I said in the beginning, right? 2 hours a night for 14 years. I take about 8 to 15 sprays of the sleep spray, and I'm out within 15 minutes, right? Now, I do stack our sleep sprays with our rest oil. You can see that in the middle there. And that rest oil is to actually help you stay asleep. So the sleep sprays to help me get to sleep, and the rest oils to help me stay asleep. I'm sleeping for almost 7.5 to 8 hours every single night. And that is with having a 15-month-old child sleeping in between me and my wife. So for me, I think that's pretty awesome. Now, when it comes down to our core nutrition, our Q core down there is actual nutraceutical. has 3 elements to it. It has a probiotic, it has an anti-inflammatory, and it has your multivitamin. That anti-inflammatory, for me personally, has helped me delay my back surgery. Now, as being a Marine, right, I was blown up 13 times, okay? I could barely tie my shoes without wincing in pain. If I sneezed wrong, my back would go out, right? So I went to a doctor and he said, you're guaranteed to have surgery. You have 4 disc herniations, 2 compressed discs, a broken neck, and several really bad shoulders. And I don't know about you guys, but the fact of going underneath the knife scares the hell out of me, okay? I am not one to let go of control. I know, imagine that, a Marine letting go of control, right? And so one day, as during our pre-op, I had been on the Align supplement for almost 7 months at the time. And I sat there, I was talking to my wife and I was like, you know, babe, I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't want to get surgery on my back, right? I'll retire from weightlifting. I'll retire from lifting any heavy weights. And she goes, well, are you in pain right now? And I had actually had to sit back and say, I'm actually not in pain. It's like the first time in years, I wasn't in pain. And that was so cool. And to be honest with you, I actually owe that all to the Align. It's been a year and a half since my pre-op surgery, and I haven't had to have one flare up from my back. Yeah, of course I have some pain from time to time, but you should with 4 compressed disc and disc herniations. Okay, go ahead, Frank, and hit that next slide. Okay, obviously this is not my slide deck, so my dear friend Cedric Moore, he's on here as well. He's actually going to help out on the back end of this business. And so, Cedric, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Hey, Cedric, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and take it from here?
Awesome. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Ben. Him and his wife, Katie, have done an amazing job with coaching me and mentoring me with this. They're actually my sponsors in this company, and I definitely would say I would not be where I am today with Q Sciences had it not been for them. So thank you so much, Ben. Thank you, Katie. I love you guys so much. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. So again, my name is Cedric Moore. Background is in the military and entrepreneurship. Did 10 plus years while I was in the Marine Corps. 2 different tours between Iraq and Afghanistan, 1 in each place. And I have well over 8 years of network marketing experience as well, too. So this isn't my first rodeo. But when I did first take a look at Q Sciences, I remember when Katie first brought the opportunity to me, I told her, I said, look, in order for you to get me to join this company, you're definitely going to have to wow me. Now, I was looking for another company. I definitely wanted it to be in the health and wellness space, but I wanted it to be completely different from what every other company out there was offering. I wanted to make sure that the products were standalone. They definitely had to have the right coaching. They definitely had to have the right mentorship, and they definitely had the right leadership. We all know from this, from just purchasing stuff, you can give the right products to the wrong person and it won't network. But if you give the right products to the right people, you get to see what we have with our growth since 2018, 1,200% growth. So when I took a look at everything and evaluated everything, I was wow. And I got started with the company. This was about a year ago. So to dive right into this part of the presentation, what does it actually take to get started? What does it take to get involved? Well, as Ben went through these products and services, the products that we have, and what he was able to benefit from the products as well too. A lot of you guys are probably thinking to yourselves right now, like, wow, you know what? I can probably utilize some of these products. For me, it was the health and wellness, the physical fitness and the health and wellness side of it, right? So I'm a gym rat. Ever since I was in the Marine Corps, the first thing I wanted to do was go ahead and bulk up. I was a skinny kid. I wanted to put on some weight. And since I got involved with it after about a year, I put on the weight that I wanted. And from there, I was just solid. Ever since 2002, when I joined the Marine Corps, you cannot get me out of the gym. The only time I'm out of the gym is if I hurt myself. So once I took a look at the products and what this company actually had to offer in that particular area, I was like, all right, we got something solid here. All right. So excuse me, when we're taking a look at this, right? What does it take to get involved? There's 2 ways to actually go about doing this, actually 3. So if you're looking at this and you just want to try out the products, as we share this information to people in a similar format that you guys are taking a look at it, everybody usually raises their hand and says, I want to try out these products. The first way you can go about doing this is just as a retail customer. Retail customers is completely free to you. The person that invited you on to this Zoom has a website that you can go to. From there, you can actually look at what products you want, and then you can actually purchase those products from that person's website at retail prices. The other way you can go about doing it is as a preferred customer, which is only $10 a year, guys. So that means that you're actually purchasing products for the same price that myself, Ben, and all the other ambassadors on the Zoom are purchasing it for. Now, the third way that we can go about getting you involved with this is there's people on this call right now that say, you know what, not only do I see products for myself, but I know a ton of other people that can benefit from these products as well too. And that's where the ambassador side comes to this. That's where that business ownership side comes into this. But here's the craziest part about all of that. It's only 40 bucks. Now, when I got started with this, I've been working on my traditional businesses for quite some time now. I was working 12 to 15 hours a day, guys, when I got started with this. But because of this simple system that we have in place, the coaches that we have in place, the mentorship that we have in place, I was still able to go out and share this information with people working 12 to 15 hours a day and generate an extra $1,000 within 8 days by being able to do that. So if you're somebody that's pressed for time, I promise you, what we have set in place will allow you to build your business with 10 hours a day or even 30 minutes a day, which is what I was giving my business when I first got started with it. Now, on top of the $40 that you have to get started, where you get your tax, you'll get your tax write-offs, you get your coaches, you get your mentorship, you get trained on how to work the business and apply the system. You'll also go in and purchase the products that you want. Each ambassador has to have a minimum of 100 points to be able to be active and paid out for commissions. And then again, as an ambassador, you get the wholesale pricing again. Could you go to the next slide for me, please? Now, let's talk about how we get paid. So the first way that we get paid is through customer commissions, right? So again, as we go out there and we share this information with people in a similar format that you're taking a look at it right now, which is just, you know, inviting people to take a look at Q Sciences, right? As people come on and they get on the same way that you guys are feeling it, right? There are going to be people that raise their hands and says, yes, give me the products. There's going to be people that say, yes, I want to join the business. But just for the product side, as people go to your website and purchase products from you, you can look at yourself as the Amazon for health and wellness, right? It's not something that you have to buy a bunch of product in bulk, store it in your garage and try to sell it that way. They actually get to go to your e-commerce website, purchase it, and it's drop shipped right to their front door, just like it would be at Amazon. So you're going to make anywhere from 15 all the way up to 35% off of each purchase that is made through your website for a customer. Now, there in box 2, this part of the business is probably the most fun for me because it's team building. I know John D. Rockefeller said something before. He says, I'd rather earn 1% of 100% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. That's when you get to generate leverage, right? That's what the wealthy people are doing in the world today. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all of these successful millionaires and billionaires that we know today, right? So this has given us the chance to put ourselves in their shoes. Because here's what's happened. Again, as you start to share this information with people in a similar format that you guys are taking a look at right now, people are going to raise their hands. There's other people out there like myself, just like Ben, just like Frank, that you guys have seen today, that are looking for extra ways to make income. And if we learned anything over these past few years, especially with COVID, there is not a good idea to have all of your eggs in one basket. How many people do you guys know have heard of right now that were doing extremely well just with a traditional business or just with a job? And that was literally snatched from them overnight and they had nothing to fall back on. So this gives us an opportunity to not just create 1 or 2 different streams of income, but you know, if you're doing this right, hundreds, thousands, millions of different streams of income, because each and every single person that joins your business becomes an additional stream of income. What do I mean by that? Again, if people take a look at this and raise their hand and they say, you know what, I want to join you. Let's say, for an example, you share this with about 10 of your friends. 2 of those friends get started. Within those 2 friends, they go out and share with people that you may not know. And they get 8 more people to join. That's a total of 10 people that's in your business right now. If those 10 people are working 3 hours a day, that's 30 hours a day that's being worked on your business's behalf. That's something that you would never be able to do by yourself because there's only 24 hours in a day. So as you guys can see the rank structures, as it goes down, a builder's making $50 a month. A gold is making $8,000 a month, just like my friend Ben. And if you're, in Frank's shoes, like I said, if you're doing an extremely good job at being able to teach this system and just invite people to take a look at Q, yes, we make sales off of this, but no, we do not do sales. We are just simply the commercial for the company. We invite people to take a look at Q. It is their decision if they want products. It is their decisions if they want to join the business. We're not in the business of convincing people that what we have is what they need. They see the opportunity for themselves and they get started for themselves and for their families or for whatever the future that they want to have for themselves. And that's why this is so lucrative, because as it goes down as a black diamond, Mr. Frank Filippone is making $120,000 a month. And the only thing he did was he got started, shared with his network of people through a Zoom call, and they shared with their network of people. And that's what has generate the income that he has today. The third way that we get paid is through these one-time bonuses. As you hit these different ranks, you're going to get these bonuses paid out to you. As a builder, you're going to make $100 bonus. As a gold, you're making your $8,000 a month, but you're also making an $8,000 bonus on top of that. And then, as you can see, the black diamond, $120,000 a month, but $150,000 bonus. That is insane to me. When I got started with this industry, guys, the main thing I wanted to do was just help out my grandmother. When I was in Iraq, my grandfather passed away due to cancer. When I came back, she was struggling financially. This was back in 2008 during the last recession that we had. And then, the first thing my aunt came and told me, she was like, we're going to have to sell Granny's house. Everybody's pretty much losing their jobs. Everybody's hurting for money. And we can't do anything to keep her in it. I'm like, my granny has like 1,000 kids. If we all just put in enough money, we'll be able to save her, right? No, that wasn't the case. Long story short, guys, I took a look at some information just like you guys are taking a look at it now, and I got started. 6 months of working with these guys, not only was I able to help save my grandmother's house, but I also replaced a 10-year Marine Corps income. I decided to dive in and treat it a little bit more like a business. 6 months later, which is in a total of a year, I doubled, guys, doubled in 1 year what it took the Marine Corps 10 years to pay me, okay? So that alone just blew my mind. And when I looked at Q Sciences, this had everything I had ever wanted in a network marketing company. So I got started here, and I can tell you that the vision that I have on what we're building and what we're about to build is just mind-blowing to me. And the fourth and final way that we get paid, guys, is through the financial freedom movement. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a second, but this is amazing. Most companies will offer a car incentive bonus, which will trip you out because these car incentives are expensive. They start at like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. These aren't cheap cars. You're talking about Cadillacs, BMWs, Lexuses, things that are going to get you into more debt. I know for a fact, none of us join these industries to get into more debt, but that's what these companies push upon you. Here, they have a different system, and I've never, and I do mean never, seen anything like this. Now, you unlock this once you hit elite, and it goes all the way down, but the starting pay starts at $100, and it goes all the way up to $400. And again, I'll talk about that here in a second. But what I want to do is we have someone on here with a success testimonial of what this business has actually been able to do for them. And that's going to be a gentleman by the name of Rodney Abbott. Are you on the line right now, sir?
Yes, sir. Right here. Cedric, how you doing, man?
Outstanding, brother. Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, just real fast. My name's Ronnie Abbott, and thank you all for tuning into the call. It's amazing having you here. I'm a 34-year-old father of 3 kids and also a disabled military veteran. I also am a business owner with Q. I started back in November, and I needed an additional stream of income. I saw a buddy of mine who was being very, very successful, and I asked him to show it to me. He showed it to me, and it aligned with me and my core values. And since then, I hit the rank of executive my first month, made over $1,000, and I'm at the rank of elite. And I've just been enjoying building my business with Q Sciences.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Rodney. Really appreciate it. And congratulations to you and all your success, man. Continue to rock it, continue to do great things for you and your team, and of course, your family as well. All right, guys. So to wrap this all up, and then I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Frank Filippone. We have something special here, you guys. We have something unique. We have the right people, we have the right products, and we have the right guidance. We are looking for lookers, guys. Have a future that you want, and you know that you're not going to be able to get it with what you're currently doing. This may be the opportunity for you. Get back with the person that invited you on to take a look at the Zoom today. They'll be able to guide you and direct you to get you to somebody that can answer all the questions that you have and to give you a better visual of what we actually do as a company. And with that, I just want to say thank you, Ben, for having me on. Thank you, Frank, for having me on. Very, very humbled to be working with you guys. Very excited to be working with you guys. And I appreciate everything that you guys have done to me up until this point. If it had not been for you guys, I would not be where I am today. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, Cedric, awesome job, man. If everyone could just give Cedric a round of applause, that was awesome to hear, dude. I've heard that so many times, but dude, you brought the heat on that one. I haven't heard anything like that, dude. That's an awesome job. Hey, guys, I want to say thank you as well for spending some time. I know a lot of you guys are in the military. You guys are either veterans or law enforcement firefighters. Thank you guys so much for what you guys do on a day-to-day basis. I can't speak for everybody in the Marine Corps or Navy, Army, all that stuff, but law enforcement and firefighters, what you guys have been going through on a day-to-day basis. Thank you guys so much. Biggest thing for me is that when I got out at 14 years, I didn't get a pension from the Marine Corps, right? People thought it was absolutely insane to walk away from 20 years, right? That pension would have given me maybe $4,200 a month, okay? We're golds, we're making 8K. I've doubled that pension already. Okay, I don't have to ever worry about leaning on the government for a dang thing in the rest of my life. So again, thank you guys so much for spending some time. Mr. Frank Filippone, right back to you, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
All right, man, you guys are so inspiring. I love it. Cedric, killer job. Ronnie, I love working with you, man. It's incredible to see, you know, all the different personalities that can be successful, and it's just incredible watching you do your thing, bro. Ben, thank you for everything you do. Everybody on this Zoom tonight, thank you all for your time. Truly, we are looking for lookers, as Cedric said. Now, whether it is you're looking for something to be a part of that's bigger than yourself, whether it is that you're looking to change what you've been doing in your daily routine because you finally realized that nothing is changing in the outcome of what you're trying to accomplish, you have to trust us and know that we're onto something good, and we're willing to take you guys by the hand and show you exactly what we're doing and how we got to where we are. We've spent the last 3.5 years building this company to where it is. And as Ben mentioned, we're just at the bottom of that curve, getting ready to hit the tipping point where you're going to know about Q Sciences a year from now. Everywhere you go, you're going to see it. And hopefully you got to ride in front of that wave with us, because the T in timing is much bigger than the T in talent. And right now the timing is very good. So I hope you all have a great night. Please get back with whoever got you on this call. Whether it is you want nothing to do with us, I thank you for your time. Maybe you have some more questions, get them answered. I know there was lots of questions on this chat. We can't address them right now. Get with who got you on this thing, get your questions answered, see if it's something you want to get into. And then there's some of you that are just like, let's go. I want in. I like what I heard. I've been looking for something like this. I've been looking for somebody to show me how to do this. You found the right team. We welcome you to the Q Sciences family and look forward to helping you grow a business here. So you guys all, thank you so much. I'm going to stop this recording.